All right, hey everybody, Mr. Sharkey and Mrs. Catt back once again. Let's go. Today we're going to do a little bit of a challenge that has to do with the volume, and we're going to look at some different measuring tools so we can get an idea about their level of uncertainty. So how accurate their measurements are, how good of an idea we can get when we're trying to make a measurement. So what we're going to do is we're going to attempt to measure exactly 54.5 milliliters of water. The way that we're going to test this, water typically has a mass of 1 gram per milliliter. So if we get exactly 54.5 milliliters, then we should be able to measure 54.5 grams on our balance. However, I can't just pour my water onto the balance. That's going to break it. Come on. So what we've done is we've set up a little testing tray. We're going to zero the beaker and the tray. We have the tray here in case, if we get too overzealous, we might overflow that beaker. But we're going to measure. This is no editing here.
Straight cut.
This is just straight cut. We're doing it in one full send. So what we've done is we went ahead and we're going to zero my little weighing tray, and then we're going to trade back and forth, trying to measure out exactly 54.5 milliliters.
See who comes out the winner.
Yeah. Let's have you start with the gallon jug.
All right, this has been marked at 3,000
yeah.
3,000 milliliters. So we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna do my best here to. What are we doing? 54.
54.5.
I think that's maybe a little too much. So. All right, we'll go with that. Okay, so again, I'm going to double check to make sure that this is zeroed out, which it is, and then I'm going to pour my water from my gallon jug into the beaker. Oh.
You gotta pour it all.
Oh no!
You gotta commit.
Oh, it's gonna overflow first try.
No.
Oh. All right, I'm only 100 off.
What are we
157.47 grams, so 157.47 milliliters. Oh, fail.
So, Mrs. Catt, how'd you feel about that experience?
I feel pretty confident to start out with,
Right.
but obviously not so much. So I'm gonna clean this up.
All right, while she
Sharkey.
cleans, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I've got this Which cup here. We're not sponsored. This is not a monetized video. But check out Which if you haven't. It's pretty rad. This is an 800 milliliter mark on my cup. So with that in mind, I'm gonna try to measure exactly 54.5. I think I got it. On the dot, first try.
I don't know about that.
Here we go.
That's way too much. You're gonna overflow.
Hold on. Okay, I got it. Need the light. There we go.
Yeah.
That's still too much.
All right. What do you
I
think?
think that's exactly correct. This is
Okay.
going to be
You're not
exactly
zeroed out.
54.
There you go. There you go.
54.5. Come on, guy. There we go. Oh, pretty close.
Better than me.
Pretty good. I'm sitting at 66.36. 37. 66.37. So
Nope, 3.6.
we're bouncing back and
Yeah,
forth.
let's call it 0.365.
So had a little bit closer, a little bit smaller of a mark that I was estimating off of, and I think that allowed me to get a little bit closer.
All right, I'm up next. This time I've got a 400 milliliter mark on this nice Big Bang Theory / Bazinga cup. Random things we find in science teacher's cabinet. Oh, that's too much. I don't know. I think I'm more confident this time.
Why is that?
I don't know. I'm just feeling like I have a little more control this time around. Ooh, that's still a little too much. Okay. Nope. No, Yeah, let's go with it. Trust my gut here. All right, zeroed out. Oh, two, I knew it. Two, not enough this time. 38.46. But if we were playing The Price is Right, I'm the winner
Can't
so
go
far.
over. Can't go over.
I'm the winner so far.
That's well done. All right.
Sure thing.
So next thing up, I think this one's actually going to be pretty challenging. My can here is, I have a mark for 300 milliliters, but with the cups and then with our gallon jug, we could get a pretty good idea of exactly where the water level is. This one, completely opaque, so it's I feel like this is going to be a lot of guesswork, but I am feeling pretty confident. I know where 300
Don't
is,
splash the water.
so I got to fill it like 1/6 of the way. Ever so
Come on.
slowly. Oh yeah, look at that perfect screen. So this one,
Oh, what do you think?
my water level's about here. I think I need to get about 1/6. I think I have a little too much right now.
That was a lot you just poured out.
I think that was about 5 milliliters.
All
All right.
right. Zero
This
that
one,
balance out.
I'm gonna re-zero. I'm feeling confident. I feel pretty good. This is a little lighter than what I had last time. Fingers crossed. Oh, that's a good one. 48.95. You know, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm impressed with myself.
I'm impressed too. I'm impressed too. All right, moving on. Now I've got a 250 milliliter beaker. There are markings on this beaker to help me out a little bit this time. So I've got a mark for every 50 milliliters. We'll see how this goes. So once again, let's see. Wow, that's way too much. All right. Oh man, still too much. I'm not feeling very, well, no, I guess that actually isn't too much. I totally just missed. All right, I'm gonna set this
You
down
can use the distilled.
and try to look. No, that's cheating. We didn't
Gotta
start
get it in the
halfway.
sink. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
That's changing the rules of the game. I would have won already by now if we were using the wash bottles. Oh, we're gonna go with it. We'll see. All right. Zeroed out. Ready to go. Oh.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
All right, 50.62. 50.62.
All right, for our last measuring
See
tool.
how it is you set me up.
What do you mean? They're all weird. The goal is the same, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
We have the same challenge. So this is a 100 milliliter beaker, and this one actually gives me a mark for every individual milliliter. So I feel like using this, I'm pretty confident going into the challenge because my tool can for sure measure 54, and I'm only responsible for the 0.5. So I'm feeling pretty good. Let's see how I do. Pan out. That's what they always tell you in school.
Yeah.
In video, YouTube content creator school.
Oh. What did I just have? 50 point what? 6, 7?
6, 7, I think.
Okay.
It's 57.
You really wanna get this.
Nail in the coffin.
All right, so notice how Mr. Sharkey is getting himself to eye level so he can really read what the measurement is on the graduated cylinder.
I think I need 1 drop.
You gotta get it from the sink.
I know.
That's how we do it. Oh, there it is.
And this is going to be exact. Prepare for your minds to be blown. If you're not seated, I recommend you sit down.
We're not making these numbers up. They're real on the balance, but
54.5.
okay.
Here we go. Oh, no! 2 drops, I would have been there.
Close, but not quite.
I'm at 54.14 right now. So, all throughout, we used 6 different measuring tools. Mrs. Catt, yeah, go ahead.
So with each of these, we had different markings, right? The first three, we only had one, right? On our first four, you're right. So the first four that we had just had one mark with a rough estimate for the volume. The beaker had a few markings, again, every 50 milliliters, and then our graduated cylinder had a mark for every milliliter. And we were able to get closer and closer and closer to the measurement as we added those more defined increments on our measuring device.
So when we talk about uncertainty when we're making measurements in the lab, we are always talking about our ability to estimate the next digit. If we have a huge gap, all we had here was 0 and 3,000 milliliters. We have to do a lot of estimating to try to figure out how to measure 54.5. So Mrs. Catt was not very close when she had to use that big gallon jug. I would not be very close if I had to use that huge gallon jug. But as our markings got smaller, we were able to get more and more precise, and then if we add more markings, that gives us an even better idea, so we have to estimate even less.
All right, so to sum everything up, the better your equipment is at measuring what you are trying to get to as far as your data point. In our case, 54.5 milliliters, the more accurate, bless you, the more accurate your data is going to be, okay? And that you will be able to get the same as what you are reaching for, yeah? All right.
That about sums it up. If you have some measuring devices at home, feel free to try along. I think trying to get an exact number out of the gallon is a really fun challenge.
Later.